Welcome to True Crime News. Let's get right to our top story.
It's a famous case that we all followed in real time that sadly ended in tragedy. Gabby Petito murdered while on a cross-country adventure with her fiance, Brian Laundrie. I recently talked to Gabby's father, Joe, about how he is using his grief for good.
It's only 10 o'clock in the morning, but it rained all afternoon yesterday.
It's the kind of story that dominated the nation's attention.
Oh my God!
22-year-old Gabby Petito, with her bright blue eyes and blonde hair, grabbing headlines, capturing the media spotlight after being reported missing while on a cross-country camping adventure with her fiancé, Brian Laundrie.
Brian's stretching, doing some morning yoga.
Was it sunset?
Through the lens of social media, things appeared magical. Thousands followed their seemingly beautiful adventure of a young couple very much in love.
I'm sorry, we've just been fighting this morning.
But away from social media, their reality was very different than the life they were posting.
Can I see your hand?
This time, captured on police body cam.
We've just been fighting all morning, and he wouldn't let me in the car before. And then
Why wouldn't he let you in the car? Because
he
of
told me
your
I
OCD?
told me I needed to calm down.
1 month after that police stop, Gabby's parents hadn't heard from her for nearly a week. They reached out to Brian and his parents, but got no response. Gabby was officially reported missing on September 11th. Hours later, her family learned that Brian had returned home 10 days earlier alone. Intense media coverage was instrumental in the launch of a massive nationwide search. It would take weeks for Gabby's body to be found in Wyoming. Brian and his parents refused to talk to the media or the police. As scrutiny closed in, Brian Laundrie died by suicide. It would then come out that Gabby had long been abused by Brian.
The four of us don't want to be here. We'd give it up in a second if she was back.
Since his daughter's death, Gabby Petito's father tells me he is now dedicating his life to helping other families of missing women.
After such a traumatic loss, I've seen families deal with this type of loss in very different ways. And I'm just curious as to each time you turn around and help another family, does that heal or does that also open up that very, very deep wound of yours?
It does both. It hurts to talk about it, but it needs to be talked about.
Joe Petito tells me he credits the media's attention on Gabby to being able to find her body, but was also made aware that it was likely because of how she looked. He was told by many that she got the attention because of a so-called missing white woman syndrome.
It's a real thing. You know, listen, you can hate the messenger all you want, but at the end of the day, it still doesn't change the fact that it's real.
After learning there were more than 200,000 women reported missing of all backgrounds who don't get the same attention, Joe decided to collaborate on a television series called Faces of the Missing.
And we're going to make sure that we highlight stories that you would not normally see on those, whether on TV shows or on mainstream media, and to help solve these cases.
Underrepresented communities do not get the same amount of coverage as white people. That's just a fact.
When it comes to people of color, that's 40% of the missing population.
We're working with law enforcement, FBI, you know, we're doing everything we can, and together, you included, that's how we're gonna do this.
The grieving father says he's doing all of this in the memory of his daughter, convinced that the national attention helped locate her.
We had so many people help us. It wouldn't be right for us to just say thank you and go about it. We have to repay that